had the chance to meet some of our 8th graders who are helping out here tonight. There's one student I would like to make sure you get to meet this evening. He's going to be up here in a moment. He'll share with you some of his background and some of his views about Cheverus based on his own personal perspective. His experience is similar to that of many of our students, but then again, I'm going to let you tell him tell you more about that. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you Phuc Nguyen, a member of our 8th grade class.
Good evening, Father Mario, Mr. Aria, Mayor Christensen, clergy, religious, honorees, and friends of Cheverus. My name is Phuc Nguyen, and I'm currently in the 8th grade at Cheverus Catholic. My story begins in far-off Vietnam, where I was born. I was only 4 years old when my parents decided to move to America. I didn't know what that meant at the time, but I do remember that we went to Dong Sung Nhut Airport. It wasn't long after that we were in America. I probably fell asleep on the airplane. I don't remember much about the flight at all. What I do remember was that it was pretty cold. We had just come from a very warm tropical climate. The weather here was very different. My parents enrolled me in school shortly after we arrived. This is where my Cheverus story begins. I started Cheverus as a kindergarten student. I was a problem child. As people like to say. I was a very troubled kid because I did not know any English. This was not only a personal problem for me in school, but also presented unique challenges to my teachers. A teacher would be telling me what to do, but I had no idea what they were saying. I would just walk around the classroom exploring. Usually, the teacher would have to take me physically and sit me down. At times, this made me so confused. As the year went on, I gradually learned more and more English. I began to think of myself as pretty dumb because there was so much that I did not understand. My grades were bad, and conduct was worse. As a result of my difficulties in 4 grades, my teacher recommended the Title I program. My parents agreed. I attended the program from the 1st grade until the end of the 3rd grade. With the help of my teachers and their patience, I survived and made it all the way to the end of the 3rd grade. I really liked the Title I program because it was fun. Doing well in school didn't matter much to me. I wasn't worried about grades and academics. That attitude began to change towards the end of the 4th grade. My family moved to Saugus in the beginning of the 4th grade, so I had to go to another school. I didn't like it much there. I missed my teachers and my friends. It was a very different climate than Cheverus. I missed being at Cheverus. It had become home for me. It took a lot of pleading and coming up with as many reasons as I could think of to get my parents to agree on allowing me to return to Cheverus. Once I got back, everything felt right again. At that time, I still didn't take school as seriously as I do right now. So, I just began not to fail my tests and assignments. And that approach worked. By the end of the 4th grade, I made the honor roll. It boosted my confidence, and my parents set that as an expectation for me. In the 5th grade, I started to do really well, making the honor roll every semester. The following year in 6th grade, I got destroyed during the last semester, My parents had come to expect nothing but A's. I got all B's and one A. My parents were not happy. Thinking about it now, it's pretty funny. I started out really well, and then ended badly. Or at least, that's what I thought my parents were feeling. What they saw was a decline in my grades. First trimester, I made highest honors. Second trimester, high honors. Last trimester, honors. Went downhill one semester at a time. Well, things get better the next year. I had tried my best to improve. I made the honor roll every semester, and as a result, a special reward came to me, the Diane Dinglow Memorial Scholarship. That was beyond my dreams. I didn't do this all by myself. Teachers here at Cheverus have helped me get where I am today. For that, I'm very grateful. Tonight, I want to thank you all who taught me, helped me, and who are patient with me for all these years. Thank you for believing in me. I appreciate what you've done for me and for all Cheverus students. Oh yeah, and I also like the yummy lunches the school provides. I value the friendships I have made in my time here. I feel like Cheverus has prepared me for school and life in so many ways. They have taught me the essentials of learning, and more importantly, our responsibility to be kind and caring to one another. Next year, I plan on going to Mullen Catholic High School because I know a lot of people there. And the food there looks really good too. My plan beyond high school is to attend MIT. I plan on being a computer scientist after college. I would like to thank my parents for working so hard to give my sisters, my brother, and me a better life. They are my first teachers, and it is their love and encouragement that will always get me through. Now, I'd like to say some special words in Vietnamese so my parents can better understand. Con muốn cảm ơn ba mẹ đã làm việc vất vả để nuôi nấng anh chị em con. Ba mẹ là người thầy đầu tiên của con ở nhà. Nhờ tình yêu và sự nâng đỡ của ba mẹ là con đã vượt qua mọi khó khăn để đạt được những gì con có hôm nay. Con cảm ơn ba mẹ nhiều lắm. Last, but most importantly, what I have achieved so far is from God. God has granted me, my parents, the first teachers at home and in school. God has granted me wonderful teachers who have been devoted to helping me get where I am today. I'd like to thank God, my parents, my teachers, and you listening to my story, and for your support of Cheverus Catholic School.
Thank you, Phuc. It's for the 434 other kids like Phuc that we are there at Cheverus. It makes it such a pleasure to be there every day. Thank you. I'm going to ask that you all indulge me for a couple of minutes while I editorialize. It'd be difficult for me to ever prove that I went to school at all. Although some might argue that it wouldn't be all that hard to prove. I say that because I went to St. Benedict's Little Flower School in Somerville, now closed. St. Mary's High School in Cambridge, now closed. Christopher Columbus High School in the North End, now closed. Boston State College, closed. With regard to the Catholic schools, think about it. Think about this. Once upon a time, there were 8 Catholic elementary schools in 4 square miles in Somerville. 1 remains. There were 3 Catholic elementary schools in 1 square mile in Charlestown. None remain. There were another 3 in Everett. 1 still exists. 5 in Medford. 2 still remain. 3 in Malton. We're the only ones left. That's 17 Catholic elementary schools within a 5-mile radius of where we're sitting tonight that have closed.